Zoom recording. Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to our Making Over Your Wellness Cabinet Zoom. This is one of our favorite classes because we get to go over the Premium Starter Bundle, which is all of our favorites. Those of us who started that way know that it's the way to go. So that's what we're going to be focusing on tonight in this class. And hopefully we'll have some more people join us, but we have quite a few who are on here now. And I just want to thank Kate and Diane for pulling this together and including me on it. It's amazing to be able to get in front of all of you guys and just talk about the things that I love, that we have been using that really work in our home, and to see the fruit of it as our children get older and are taking care of themselves is even more beautiful. So it's one thing to do it for yourself and to get in good, healthy habits, but then when you see your kids start to do it on their own, it's like, it's just golden. It's awesome to feel like they are empowered. They're going to go out, they're going to be able to take care of themselves whenever they're on their own. So it's a pretty cool thing. I'm going to get started with my favorite way to describe the Premium Starter Bundle. I always suggest it, and I always have, even when things changed. People don't need to get a Premium Starter Bundle to sign up. Most of you know that, but we still think it's the very best deal because it literally has every single thing that you need to take care of yourself in that bundle. It's kind of like a first aid kit, basically. So the way I like to describe it, and I know this isn't the case for everyone, but my mom is overprepared. If you know anything about the Enneagram, she's an Enneagram 6. She is like prepared for anything all the time. No matter what you need, she has it in her purse at all times. I promise you. And I am not like that normally, but I do remember when I went to college, she took me, I remember going to college. She literally took me to Walmart. She was like, we have to get you one of everything that you might need, so that in the middle of the night, if you get sick, you're not going to have to go and, go to the doctor or try to run to the grocery store or whatever. And so we went, I remember this trip well, we went to Walmart, we bought one of everything. We got allergy medicine, like we got Benadryl, we got NyQuil, we got Pepto-Bismol, which that doesn't work for anyone. I feel like Pepto-Bismol, like the only thing that does is like make you puke. If you feel like you're going to puke, just drink some Pepto-Bismol and you'll for sure get it out. So we got those three things. We got, what else did we get? Tylenol, Advil, Aleve, like every pain, every painkiller that I could possibly need ever. And a million different cleaners. And so here I am moving in the sorority house. We have this tiny little cabinet under the sink, and I've got all of these things for any possible situation that I might need. Took up a lot of space. And to be honest, I didn't even use like probably a fourth of it. But I can look at our Premium Starter Kit now, our Premium Starter Bundle, and I can say every single thing I would have needed for all of those things is in that bundle. And we're going to go over each one of those things later. So I could start rattling it off now, but each one of us is going to take turns. But really, like, if you really want to stop and think, what do I need if I don't want to run to the store, if I want to take care of my body and I want to give it 48 hours to heal on its own, how can I support my body? Everything that you need is in that kit, including a sample of Thieves Cleaner, which if we would have known about that back then, my mom could have just gotten me a little bottle of Thieves Cleaner, and then I would have been set for any cleaning that I was going to do. Not that I cleaned very much in the sorority house anyway, but I would have been ready. I would have been ready for it. So that's why we love it so much. I mean, it really is. It's taken years and years for them to hone it into the very most popular oils that everyone needs in their home. And they've done a great job of packaging it together for us. So we think it's a great deal. And that's what we will always recommend, or I will till the end of time. Yeah. And then I think that's it for that. So Kate, you want to tell them about the 3 ways to use these oils? Okay.
Unmute. Okay, am I unmuted now? Can you hear me? Okay, good. Okay, great. So thanks, Gina. Yeah, this for sure is just like a really wonderful, just getting started base. And so a lot of people come to this bundle and they're kind of looking for that simple swap. And so the very first and easiest way to kind of make the swap is with the beautiful diffuser that you get in that bundle. So not only do you get these 12 oils, you also get a diffuser, and I apologize because I didn't grab it. But if you have a bundle, you know what it looks like. So the standard one is called the Desert Mist Diffuser. And so a lot of people will kind of come to this place where they're looking for that simple swap. So maybe they want their house to smell good, or they want to kind of get rid of the candles and swap that out and start with the diffuser. So we call that the aromatic usage. So it's putting the essential oil molecules into the air, and we're breathing them in. So scientifically, more than we can go into tonight, what that does is it triggers our olfactory bulb, and then it does these magical things within our brain that are connected to our sleep, our mood, our emotions, our metabolism, our hormones, our stress levels, and so many other just amazing things. And so we've put these molecules into the air and we can inhale them. So that is the first and kind of most basic way of using them. It can be as simple as opening the bottle of frankincense that you have and making a scent tent. So putting it in the palm of your hand and inhaling it to calm yourself down when you feel overwhelmed. And you can do that even without a diffuser. I was wearing diffuser earrings yesterday, or if you have long braids like Diane or Jennifer, you can even put oils in your hair and take benefit from that aromatic scent. So there's a lot of different ways that you can kind of tap into that. A friend of mine, she sends her son with an oil for focus on like a leather diffuser band in school, and he can smell that. So there's a lot of different ways, and that really is a super simple way. So the second way I would say is kind of up leveling a little bit. And it's one way that I've seen a ton of benefit from. So that's topical use. So applying the oils to your skin, and then they're absorbed through your skin and sent through your bloodstream. And it's really fast and amazing in the way that the body knows what to do with those oils. So we're either applying them to the point. So let's say we have like we're sore from shoveling, and so we place those oils like on our muscles where we're sore, or we place them on our feet. That's another really great area. You can do that right from the bottle, or you can do it with what's called a roller bottle. So if you are starting out new, I highly recommend your best second investment is just to get a couple of bottles, roller bottles. They are inexpensive, and they are really going to help you use them conveniently, and they make the bottles of oil last even longer. And then the third way is through ingesting the oils. Because of Young Living's quality and commitment to purity, I feel really confident in saying that I'm comfortable putting these oils in my body. My children, we either put them in a glass with water, or we even will so much as put them in a little capsule and take them as a dietary supplement. So the bundle comes with a number of oils that are the white label, and they'll actually even say dietary or vitality is what they're called, but the instructions will say as a dietary supplement. So you can actually ingest those oils for different benefits and with your body. And you'll probably hear us circle back around here, but it has been an incredible benefit for different serious needs that we've had, and it has helped us so much. So I think tonight, actually, Diane, she's going to get us started with a couple of the oils, and she's going to share a little bit more about that ingestion. And so I know I went really fast tonight, but we do want to make sure we get a lot, but those are 3 specific ways. And if you don't understand some of those ways, let us help you. And so reach out to the person who kind of led you to the oils, and we'll make sure that you understand how to use those specifically in those ways. Diane, you have to unmute.
I'm on. All right. So the topic tonight is on how to redo your wellness cabinet / your medicine cabinet. And I'll say 2 years ago, we renovated our one and only full bathroom, which is actually where we keep all of our baskets of different medicines, like what Gina was talking about. And I realized oh, that one's expired and that one's expired. And that was expired. And I was able to take like 3 baskets full and narrow it down to like first aid stuff, like Band-Aids and stuff like that. And then 1 other basket that caught like everything else. I was like, wow, there's been like a huge change in my lifestyle that's led us to be able to find things that are really effective, but allow us to get rid of all of this other stuff, which mostly for me comes down to a lot of times the side effects that come and the issues with like prolonged usage of different over-the-counter or prescription things. We still use those things, so we're not saying that's bad. There are definitely times and places, but all right. So for me, I'm excited because I get to talk to you about some of like the heavy hitter things that have made a like really big difference for us when it comes to the season that we're in right now, like cold weather, colds, sinuses, all of that shenanigans. A little bit about me. I have illness-induced asthma. So from the time that I was in middle school until my discovery of these bottles, anytime that I got a cold, it would settle down deep. And you can like nod your head if you have ever experienced this with someone in your family. It settles down deep in the chest and it's like a month of hacking cough, like stay up all night. It was awful. All right, so I got this bundle, and with it came some oils and some great education from my friend Kate, from the group that Gina runs called Essential Families, where you can like type things in and find other people who've dealt with the same issues. So I figured out if I use my frankincense and my lemon, and at the time it was called RC, which is a different oil I still love in my starter bundle, but this now it's called, there's one called Raven. If I use these 3, that made a huge impact if I diffused them at night. So that's actually something we still do. And I do that with my kids whenever they're not feeling well. That goes straight in the diffuser right off the bat so that it's going all night long. And I even had an old school diffuser that only lasted for 4 hours at a time. And as soon as it turns off, I wake up because I'm all like congested and it's all a mess again. And I go refill it in the middle of the night and turn it back on and I can sleep. It's just a little bit nuts. So that's one way. Kate was talking about aromatic. That's a great thing to do. During the daytime, there's an oil called Thieves, and we diffuse that sucker all day long. All right, that helped a lot. But what helps even more is we put those oils, the Thieves, the frankincense, and the lemon in a roller bottle, like what Kate was showing you. And every day we put it on the lymph node here, which, side note, really also helps if you just pull it up under your ears too, for when your ears are feeling stuffy, and then just pull it down my lymph nodes all the way. That really, really helps. And then we put it on the bottoms of our feet, like this section of the ball of the bottom of your feet corresponds with your lung respiratory system. So we always hit that. The bottoms of your feet have bigger pores than anywhere else, so it's fast to absorb, and it's pretty cool that it corresponds with that body system. So that's a simple thing we do every single day, most especially if we will be going out with other human beings, and it makes a big difference. So that's a proactive thing. All right, the last thing that I've done, and this is where I started doing this 2 years ago, and it's been nothing short of like a miraculous situation for me. So I can't make any guarantees about you, but he did have my mom do this and it helped her a lot. So this teeny tiny little thing is called a veggie capsule. It's an empty just capsule, and you pop it open and you can take your oils and you can drop them in here, and then you can close it back up, and then you can take it like any other vitamin. And what we do is take that lemon and the thieves and frankincense, which technically comes in a Vitality bottle, but this is exactly the same contents. So take these three and I put them in the veggie capsule, and I take that, and that has resulted in me not having coughs anymore at all. So that we're not medical people. I can't tell you that that's what's going to work for you, but I can tell you that I recommend it to other people. And the way that I get it for my kids, because we'll not do that with adults, is I make a little jar of honey, and then I just put 2 drops of each of those in the honey, and I mix it up, and then they can add a spoonful to their tea, or they can just take a spoonful. It feels really good on sore throats. So that's just 4 oils. And between these 4 oils, they've made this huge difference on the way that we weather. I have 4 kids. And the way that we weather just going through life and community, where we're sharing germs with each other, and kids are kids. And to be a mom and be able to have something to grab to help me get through things and still function, that's been just a monumental thing. I had one last thing, because I use frankincense for a whole lot of things. All of these oils can be used for more things, but we want to be quick and concise and give you like the thing. Like if you can grab onto something, be like, I can apply that today. Frankincense is one that I use often also for emotional support, like what Kate said, just putting a drop in your hand or just opening it up and smelling it. It's huge. I put it in my face serum too. I use this a lot, but it's a pricier oil to get all by itself. And I've actually never paid for a bottle. There's this thing that you can get on called Loyalty Rewards, and every month I get my vitamins, toothpaste, and whatever on there, and then I earn points. So actually next month I'm going to be redeeming points for more frankincense, because I can't run out of it. It's just a real, like, it's part of my medicine cabinet. It's like some people don't run out of Tylenol. At our house, we need to hold on to the frankincense. So, but I wanted you to know there's a way to do that and be very budget conscious about that. So Gina's gonna hit us up with some next fun things to talk about. I think.
Am I still muted?
No, you're not.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can't mute myself from my screen, but real quick, what she showed, what Jaidan showed you with the roller bottle, this is actually my Thieves roller bottle. And so not only is she talking about doing that when there's an acute need, you're going to hear us talk about being proactive and preventative. So one thing we do every single day in our family, our children get, and all of us, we get this rolled. You can roll it on your skin. So because I am a creature of forgetfulness, I actually roll this on the kids. I hand it to the kids at the red light on the way to school. So I'll hand it back to them in the car. So I am sure I will not forget it if it's on the counter at home. And so they either, if their shoes are off, they're going to put it on their feet, just roll it on their feet, or up and down their spine. And so this is one of our many ways that we kind of proactively kind of guard against. Do we use it in times of acute need? Absolutely. But we also keep this with us on a daily basis, because oils really, and like any health measures, work best if you are consistent with them and do them alongside an already healthy lifestyle. So
that also just reminded me too, when you make a roller bottle, this isn't actually full of essential oils. That's got like this much essential oil in it, and then the rest is a carrier oil, because this particular brand has very potent and concentrated, that's only what's in it. So you can dilute them So that also helps your dollar stretch farther, which feels really nice. And it makes you feel a little bit more liberal to use it every single day. But when we talk about a roller bottle, generally speaking, we're not saying this is all pure essential oil. It's diluted, which is cool. You're up now, madam.
All right. So I'm so glad that you went over all of those first. I will say, I forgot to mention what the giveaway is going to be. So I'm going to mention that now in conjunction with what you were saying. So the capsule that she made, the capsule that she was talking about that she made, which has thieves, lemon, and frankincense. Did it have something else in it? I'm pretty sure, well, I need to look it up, but there are two pre-made, I mean, we do the same thing at our house, just to say, like, we do that from the starter kit and we always have, but there are two supplements that are similar to doing this, that where the capsules come pre-made. And one of those I'm going to give away tonight. I didn't mention what we're going to be giving away tonight to someone who's on the call. So I need to admit someone else from the waiting room. We are going to be giving away 3 things tonight to people who are on the call. One thing is, all these things are beyond the kit. So one is a deep relief roller, because we absolutely love deep relief. It's one of those things that works in an instant. You can use it on any sore muscles, or you can use it for, my girls use it for cramps. Like, we don't run out of deep relief in my home. And so that's one of the things we're going to give away. And then the other one is going to be a Thieves Cleaner, a bottle of Thieves Cleaner, because we want everyone to have a Thieves Cleaner in their home. You literally can use it for every single thing. And then the last one is a bottle of Inner Defense, which is a supplement that is pre-made capsules of thieves and oregano. And if you just do a quick Google search of oregano and anything, you will find that oregano is like the #1 antibiotic oil out there, antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial, all the things. And it is more effective in a lot of scientific studies than amoxicillin or other really popular antibiotics. Not only that, but it doesn't mess up your gut like those do. So it kind of reminded me of what she was talking about of the gel caps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we totally did that. I was doing it all day today. I have over the weekend I had one with the flu, and then in the middle of the night, another one woke up with the flu 2 days after the other one had healed, which you all know how that is. I have 5 kids. You said you have 4 kids. Like, we know how that is. Normally it doesn't go through, since we started Young Living, it doesn't go through every single person, but usually if one person gets hit, at least maybe one other person will. So this morning when we found out that Jesse had the stuff, and he woke up and he came down and had a fever and all this, then of course they're all like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And I'm like, what do you think you're going to do? What do you need to do? Have you done anything? And they're all like, well, I've been taking Inner Defense. I've been gargling with thieves and oregano. Like, and I'm like, hey, well, you're good then. As long as you're getting your rest and you're eating right and you're doing all those other things too, just like, and if it happens, it'll be less. And in fact, Jesse, today, he did have a fever this morning and he was feeling awful. Lucy was like sick in bed for 3 days straight. But this morning after that happened and I fixed him up, he went back to bed, had an Epsom salt bath when he woke up, and then he went back to bed again, woke up this evening. And before I left, he was like, I feel pretty normal. And I'm like, well, just stay in bed, like still take care of yourself. But that's good. And he goes, I really think it's because I was already doing all the things. Like, I was doing all the things. And so hopefully it won't hit me as hard as it hit Lucy. And I just, like I said at the very beginning of the call, it's amazing to watch your kids figure this out on their own and not ask for medicine or to go to the doctor, because that's what I always did whenever I was little. I didn't know any better. So I was like, I gotta go to the doctor all the time. But anyway, okay, I'm going to move on to the next oils. We're going to talk about lavender. Everyone loves lavender. I have all of my oils in front of me, so each one of them I want to talk about. Lavender is the Swiss Army knife of oils. What I have heard so many people say is, if you don't know what to use, then use lavender. So it can be used on skin abrasions. It can be used on burns. I have several hairstylists on my team who literally have their lavender that they have right there, so that if they burn themselves with their flat irons or whatever, they immediately put it on. And it can save them from blistering. It can save them from scarring. It's also great for existing scars. anything skin related, anything allergy related, anything calming related, sleep related, like lavender is pretty much, I kind of agree with it. Like anything that if you're like, I just don't know what oil to use for this particular thing, use lavender. We have literally poured it on open wounds before, and I would do it again. My mom dropped she was moving a dresser with bare feet and dropped the dresser on her toe, lost her toenail, broke her toe. It was a mess. It was a bloody mess. It was awful, but we literally just poured it all over her toe, directly on it. And it was soothing. Like, it's not like you would think, remember Bactine and all those things whenever we were little. I mean, some of you are not old enough for Bactine. I know Jennifer is not old enough for Bactine. She doesn't even know what Bactine is, but
Peroxide.
Yes, peroxide. Like it was either spray this stuff on there or pour peroxide and alcohol in it. I mean, that stuff burns. So I was afraid to actually use this directly on my mom's toe, but I have. And since then we've used it on so many things, bug bites, everything. So lavender it's just a staple. It's awesome. And then the next one, I will say peppermint. Peppermint's my Swiss Army knife, honestly. This is the one that I use for most things. I use for my stomach. So if my stomach's upset, I will apply it topically. I will put it under my tongue. I will breathe it in. It is, another person's in the waiting room. It is, it's just amazing for all of those things. It's great to keep you alert. It's great for energizing, for breathing. If you don't happen to have Raven or RC or one of the other respiratory oils, peppermint's going to open you right up. So, my oldest daughter has exercise induced asthma, and she usually had a roller with her that had peppermint and RC in it. And she would just carry it with her, or she would just put it all over the inside of the neck of her shirt so that when she was running, if she had trouble breathing, she could just smell it. So peppermint is a game changer. I have one everywhere. Like I have one in every room, and including like in my purse and in my car, I have at least 2 bottles in there. If we're on a road trip, just pass it around. Everyone smells it. Like if they start to get sick, it's just amazing. Then Valor, which is another one that I used right before this. As many times as I've been on live or I've spoken, forever, I still get nervous every single time. And Valor is an amazing oil that is super calming. It literally, like as soon as you breathe it in, it's like you can just feel your stress just melting away, for me at least. And it gives you confidence and courage, thus the name. It's also some other things that it's good for are bruising. My daughter, my third daughter, had terrible bruising several years ago. She was a toddler still, and I could not figure out what was going on. Her legs, there were just bruises all over her legs. And I was sure that there was something serious going on with her, but there wasn't. And I was out of town. My mom was watching her, and she noticed it at first. She sent me a picture, and I was in full on panic mode. And I was like, I don't know what to do, but I have heard that Valor is great for bruising. So put that all over her legs and let's just see. Well, she put it all over her legs, and then she immediately went to sleep after that because it was so calming and it felt so good on her legs. And then by the next day, the bruises had like lightened up a great deal. And there's a before and after picture, I'm pretty sure, in Essential Families, but from years and years ago of this happening. I was just positive that there was something horrible wrong with her, but it turns out that she was just practicing learning to ride her bike, and she just had a bunch of bruises. So it's great for bruising. It's great for swelling. It's great for muscle aches and pains. I know several chiropractors who use it after an adjustment because it's said to hold the adjustment longer. They literally just apply it directly to the spine. They do the adjustment, they apply it directly to the spine, and they swear by it. They say that it holds it longer. So we love Valor. I love also just the way that it smells. If I'm ever wearing Valor, I get lots of compliments about it. It's just such an unusual scent. It just doesn't, I mean, for men and women both, it's just a beautiful scent. And then Stress Away, speaking of scents, most people I know who absolutely love Stress Away use it for like perfume. It smells great. It smells really, really summery. It's got lime and vanilla and cedarwood and some other great things in it, but it smells so good. And it really is calming to your nervous system. That's why it's called Stress Away. So it's just a really good oil to have on hand. I think those were my 4, 3, 4. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, I went so fast through that. I'm just trying to get through. I could talk, like, I could probably do a class on each one of these oils individually, but
For sure. All right, am I muted or unmuted? Can you hear me?
you're unmuted.
Okay, good. Cool. For some reason, I don't have that little icon over here. So, well, I had a different order, but because Gina just left off with Valor and Peppermint, I'm just going to jump in my order. So my 4 oils that I'm going to share about, unfortunately, Diane's kind of were grouped together in the immune system, and mine are just all over the place. So I have Digest, Citrus Fresh, Peace and Calming, and Panaway. And those are 4 more of the 12 that we're talking about. So Diane's going to hold up Panaway because I could not find my Panaway.
Bring it down.
She has it for me. We're like 700. Oh, she doesn't have it. We're like 700 miles away from each other. She was going to hold up Panaway. So it's a
Sorry.
little okay. So to go along with Peppermint and Valor, it is, here's what I have to say. If you have a spouse or someone that you want to convince that that oils actually work, Digest and Panaway, for 2 separate reasons, are going to be a really great gateway, because Panaway just feels so good. So if you have any like soreness or like muscle tension or aches, or you wake up with that crick in your neck, Panaway feels like tingly and wonderful. I call it nature's Bengay. If you work out, it's a really great one to put on like after your workout. I do not suggest putting it on right after your shower, because the water opens your pores. And so even if you use a carrier oil or coconut oil, to me, it is too tingly and spicy. So I give a little bit of time from that. But this is one you can actually rub onto the affected area. So you don't have to necessarily rub it on your feet. So right now, my chest muscles are sore from some workouts that I've done, and I would just rub it, or the deep relief, right over the muscle. Young Living also has a wonderful CBD muscle rub, but this one is just really great. So if you have someone you need to convince that oils are magical and they have soreness, just give this, have them put a drop in their hand and rub it on their tight neck or whatever. And then I'm going to kind of come back around here to my first one. So Digest. So here's your little white label. So this means it can be ingested. And I will say that I have never diffused Digest or Panaway. These are not oils that I have found to be aromatically pleasing, but they are heavy hitters for when they are on my skin. So Panaway on my skin and Digest both to ingest or on my skin. So for me, I love how quick acting this is. I actually just put this on my tongue, and I use it for stomach discomfort. So stomach aches, constipation, if my kids are uncomfortable, I'll just take a little bit of coconut oil. We have that a little bit in a roller, and so I'll rub it on their stomach. When they were little, I would lay them on the floor and rub their bellies with it, and give them a little bit of a infant like belly massage and move their feet. This is another really good one to have kind of on hand in a roller. And after you eat like spicy, delicious Indian food, you just roll it up right here. Because it really helps with that. Here is another one that my husband will almost always say, like, no matter how many times I hand it to him and he uses it, he'll say, whoa, you've got to tell people about this because it works so fast. And it's like he forgets each time how helpful it is. So this is your stomach oil. You can leave it in your to-go bag, your purse, you can leave it in the bathroom. It's one I find myself like wanting after I have any food out at a restaurant. So Digest for all the stomach things and Panaway for all the muscle things, but not for the diffusers. So hope that makes sense there. So this other oil I have here is called Peace and Calming. It's also one in the bundle. I think it smells really good. It's a beautiful color. So people can, like Gina was saying, they can just love it for the scent of it and how calming it smells, how good it is emotionally. So Diane was talking about your feet. And so different places on your feet correspond with different body systems. So this Peace and Calming is my son's bedtime oil. He went through a period of time where he was really struggling to sleep. And so we found that putting, and I literally just took a bit from the cap and rubbed it on his big toe at bedtime and just gave him a little extra massage and sang to him. And he would get to the point where he would say, I want my bedtime oil. And he would do it himself. So even at that little age, he was feeling like he had something at nighttime to sort of prepare for bed. And we saw a really big change in his sleep with this one. And it's really great. We also would put 1 or 2 drops in the diffuser as night as well. So Peace and Calming, really, really good for bedtime. Also, I've heard, and I've not directly corresponded this to any experience in our life, but people will use this in like a chest rub. So if they're really congested and just like really uncomfortable, to add this to whatever they're doing on their chest to help calm things down, which that makes sense. So Peace and Calming. There I have it. So my last one, I've been doing a lot of reading on the lymphatic system because it's an area where I'm struggling and have been for some time. And so I found this woman named, oh, I don't know her name. She's Lymph Love Club on Instagram. So Lymph Love Club, all one word. And she's a certified lymphatic drainage person out of Texas. And she does a lot of really helpful self like lymphatic drainage massages. And so I'm going to come back around to that. But Citrus Fresh is, I underestimated this oil for a while. I thought it smelled okay. I thought, oh, people are just going to want this as like a candle swap. It has a little bit of it's got that citrus, but it has spearmint in it. So it's got this other smell to it. And I just thought, all right, this is good to throw in the kitchen when I want it to smell good. But I learned more about citrus oils, and they're actually really good for your emotions. And they're in something, a supplement. My number one supplement from Young Living is called Ningxia Red. And this is something we get on our loyalty board. So Diane talked about that monthly order. I love this. It's a red juice. We take, it's literally red. We take 1 to 4 ounces a day as we need it. But I always make sure I get 2 ounces a day. And there's a lot of citrus oils in Ningxia Red, and for good reason. And sometimes we'll add it to the Ningxia, or we just add it to our water. But citrus is really good for emotions. It's also really good for your lymphatic and circulatory system. And so I've added this recently to my new lymphatic drainage. So I'm going to show you. She said to kind of consider, like, look at your hand like a gun. You're like making that like motion right there. And so to just actually take, she doesn't talk about Citrus Fresh this way, but take the Citrus Fresh in your hand and actually pretend you've got this motion right here. And you're just going to take your hands and work in these motions this way with the Citrus Fresh, and kind of just pull everything down here like this. And this has been a big thing. And Gina, if you go back on Essential Families, does an ear manipulation, which is really great too. So she talks about friction over fiber. So you're kind of rubbing a friction over your lymphatic system. There's a whole lot that drains here in your neck. And so you do it on both sides. She does it this way. I can't get my hands that way. And then, so just make sure you're continuing it downward. And then she says, everything here is called the terminus. So everything is continuing to drain here. So just kind of keep it coming, and then go over your clavicle in kind of the same shape on each side about 10 times on each side, and then tap as well about 10 times. So that is something I've newly integrated in. And I also have just been like, again, like underestimated this oil. And kind of Gina was saying like how, you know, they've really, Young Living has really purposely curated these oils for something. after 10 years, I'm surprised again of what I've discovered. So those are my 4. So if you have questions, we are at 9:13. We wanted to honor your time tonight and kind of keep this at an hour. But if you have questions before Gina kind of rolls back around and closes us out and does the giveaway, we appreciate you and we value you. And we gave you a whole lot of information. We took you to Walmart and we pushed you on the cart like it was closing in 10 minutes. Okay, that's pretty much what we did tonight. We wanted to give you as much as we kind of could as a base, and we're here to continue as a community to help unpack that for you. But if you have questions, Gina, would you be able to individually unmute them, or is that?
Yeah, they can unmute themselves, or I can unmute them if they raise their hand. I was thinking one way we could do this for the giveaways is that if they have questions, great. If you're willing to ask a question, then you would be entered to win one of the giveaways. Or if you're willing to share how you yourself have used one of these oils, or your family uses one of these oils, then that would also enter you to win. So we have three of those, but we're open to any kind of questions you have or anything that you want to share.
And no question is a dumb question.
I'll share real quick of something that Gina, that you told me about recently that was a huge help. You guys have talked, I think, about them both, although I didn't know, and maybe somebody can answer this. I didn't know, is RC an old oil and Raven is the new one of that? Do they still make both?
They still make both. One of them, and I kind of get them mixed up. I'm almost positive that I'm going to say this right though, but please correct me if I'm wrong, Kate. One, like RC is more of a cough suppressant, and Raven is more of an expectorant. So is that right? Or did I get mixed up? So
Yeah. Well,
Raven will produce a
Raven has the wintergreen in it versus RC, which is like real heavy on the eucalyptus.
okay.
Okay. Well, I think the recipe or whatever that you gave me for my girls, that we tend to like you said, when we get colds and stuff, we get coughs that just hang on forever. And so I was posting about it one day and Gina was like, oh, you should just grab your diffuser. Like you can go to any medical supply store or whatever and grab a kid's or an adult's mask, and get the kind that has like the little tubing thing that they use for
The nebulizer?
Breathing treatments, and just stick that little tube connected to the mask on top of your diffuser. And so we used that with RC and frankincense in the diffuser, and that has like significantly cut down, like within a couple days their coughs are gone. And we'll do it, I'll put it on there as long as they'll do it. And then I went to just like diffusing it right by them for the rest of the night if they wouldn't wear it very long or anything. But that was a total game changer for our wellness with coughs that we tend to get and keep for a long time.
That's amazing.
Thank you for sharing that again. I literally just went through this with Lucy this last weekend and forgot my own advice. Like I literally did everything with her as far as Epsom salt baths and, all of the things, and oiling her up and Thieves Trust rub and, and all the stuff. And I did not do that one thing. And it just reminds me of my friend Margaret, who was going to come by and pick up something this week, or she's going to come by and pick up a Zyto. And she messaged and was like, I am so sick. Like, I'm sorry. I was going to be there, but I'm so sick. I can't come. And so I'm like, okay, this is your reminder to do what you know, because when we're sick, or when it happens, it's like we know these things, and then when it happens, then we just forget. So, and I usually don't forget for my kids. I usually do forget for myself though. And then I'm like, somebody help me. What am I supposed to do? And then they'll figure it out. But with Lucy, I did not use that trick with her. Thankfully, she's better now, but she probably would have been better quicker if I would have remembered that.
Yeah, it's been golden for us.
It's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
All right, who else? I know you have questions or something good to share. Jill.
I do have a really silly question. Can you hear me? I have my headphones in. Okay. The spray that comes in the premium starter bundle, when I first got it 2 years ago, I wasn't sure if it was the cleaner or if it was a mist for the air or if it was for linen. Like, what is it truly for? I really don't know.
So now the premium starter bundle, I guess I said that wrong in the beginning. It does it not come with a packet of?
It doesn't anymore.
No, it comes with the Thieves spray.
Okay, the Thieves spray is it's just a purifier. So it's for your hands, it's for surfaces. Mostly, that's what it's marketed for. I will say my family and we use it in our throats too. Like we'll spray it in our throat, but it is not the same thing as the Thieves cleaner. It is more concentrated.
Okay.
And it's just not the same as far as covering a large amount of surface area.
I tell people it's like hand sanitizer for not hands. So if you want to sanitize anything else, like if
Kind
you're
of like to replace a Lysol spray.
yeah, or like if you're at a restaurant and you wanted to wipe down your table because then that's like a great use for it. It also works really well on stains on clothes. So I was at coffee. Was it coffee with you, Kate? When somebody, I think, spilled wine on their shirt. I know, coffee and wine, but it was red wine, and we sprayed it with the Thieves spray, and it helped pull the stain right out before it had a chance to set.
It was the Thieves hand purifier spray?
The spray, the little tiny white
Wow.
spray. Yes.
Hey,
And
I'm
one
writing
thing
this
to do-
down.
I love that. One thing to do with that little bottle when you've used all of it, and when you get the Thieves household cleaner, I never throw the things away. So just save that bottle, take a little, like less than a half cap of your concentrated Thieves household cleaner, put it into that empty spray, and then top off with water. Actually do water first, because then you don't get the bubbles, and then add your cleaner and just give a little swoosh, and then keep it in your purse. Because again, when you've got a high chair to wipe off, when you've got you just got gross stuff on your steering wheel or that restaurant table, you've literally brought your household cleaner in a little thing that fits in your purse, and and you're done. One of the things I love about Young Living's products is that they are so user-friendly and interchangeable for so many things. The Thieves household cleaner has literally replaced everything we clean with, and I feel amazing about it. Cool.
Me
Okay,
too.
who else? We have Julie, Marcy, Mary, Nilda, Trisha, and Bree. And I'm calling you out because we got to spend tonight with you, and we're glad for that. So I recognize you by your name, so you know that we see you. Any other?
Kate, thank you so much. This is Julie. Hi, everybody. I'm not showing my face because I've literally got like pajamas on and just freshly showered. Thank you, ladies, so much. This has been so exciting. I just literally opened my whole kit the other day, and Kate, I have not yet used the diffuser, but after tonight, I will start this. Out of all these oils, which one would you say has the most antioxidant? And not aside from the Zingya or Zingzia, the liquid drink. So is that Valor?
Gina,
No,
what
the Thieves. Okay.
okay, let me look. I mean, maybe Citrus Fresh as far as antioxidants. Let me look. Lemon.
Yeah, I think she's like talking about immune. Her kiddos just are getting lots of things.
So for the immune, I would go with what Diane said with the Thieves, frankincense and lemon for immune
Okay.
support. As far as specific antioxidant properties, I mean, you would look for mostly citrus. oil,
Okay.
so lemon or the citrus fresh. But I think you can't go wrong with, I mean, if you're going to be diffusing, like you said, you're gonna get your diffuser out. That was a game changer for me. When I bought my kit in 2012, it didn't come with a diffuser. And so for the first several months, I didn't even use a diffuser. Oh, there's someone sorry. I didn't even use a diffuser. And then one of my friends, Emily Anderson, that I signed up, she had her diffuser that she was moving from room to room. Some of you have heard that story. She had her one diffuser and she was like, Gina, my kids for the first time ever have not been sick, you know, in this amount of time. What are you using a diffuser? And I was like, and I didn't even have a diffuser at that point. So I was like, well, I guess I need to get one. That has been the biggest game changer, like literally for our kids' wellness. We diffuse every night. Thankfully, we're at a point where all of my kids fill their own diffusers, but they all fill their diffusers with Thieves and something else every single night. So it's either Thieves and White Angelica, Thieves and Dreamcatcher, Thieves and, you know, Stress Away, Thieves and Valor. Like they will have their own thing. Thieves and Dragon Time for my 3 older girls. Like, but Thieves is one thing. It also has antioxidant properties because it has citrus oils in it, but it's Thieves and Purification are my 2 that change with the seasons as far as diffusing at night. So at night, this is just me and my family personally, for October to March, pretty much, we diffuse Thieves every night and then something else. And then from like April to September, we usually do Purification. And it's just the difference in the seasons, the changing of the seasons and the things that are going on. But that's how we do it. If that helps.
Great. Thank you for all that information.
Yeah. Okay, does anybody else have a question? It's 8:25. I'm so glad you guys joined us tonight. I'm so thankful for you, Kate and Diane, for doing this with us. Peace and Calm is a game changer for my family. I rub it on my feet, big toe every night, and I go right to sleep. That's so awesome, Marcy. That is where like I need to be better about that, about doing the nighttime ritual. I was so into nighttime ritual when all my kids were really little. And now I'm like, what would it hurt for me to just go like room to room and be like, I'm just going to rub your feet for a minute before you go to sleep? They would love it. They would. I mean, they would. They're dorky, but they would love it still.
Yeah, and these are so good for us too, to spend time with you, because hearing stuff like that, it just gives us that reminder of going back to the basics. And so you don't have to have 300 different things every night before you go to bed. You can find that sweet spot. And so that's why, yes, as the longer you're with Young Living, you're going to find things beyond the 12 oils. The supplements with Young Living they have changed my life. But these 12 are such a wonderful starting point, and I go back to them over and over after all of these years. So this is it's a great place to start.
Yeah, I agree. I heard someone mention the other day, she said, I have so many oils. I just don't need to be ordering every month because I have too many oils. And my question to her was, are you using supplements? Because my monthly, I don't order oils every single month. Most of my order every month is supplements and household products. And then I have certain things that I have to replenish pretty frequently. And I probably should have them on auto ship every single month, because then whenever I do run out of them, then I order like 5 of them, like peppermint or, deep relief or whatever. But our supplements, almost every supplement that we have is infused with oils too. So they're pretty amazing. All right, I'm going to, as far as like the giveaways go, I'm not sure how to do, I don't know if I want to announce it here or if I will message you guys. So what do you think, Kate?
So we have Jennifer, Jill, and Julie were the 3 who popped in.
Do you want to just type in the chat which one you want, whether you want Deep Relief, Thieves Cleaner, or Inner Defense? And first one to type each one gets dibs. They're all like trying to be too nice to each other. Okay, yay, Jill. Okay, Jill gets the Deep Relief. Don't be shy.
Yeah, Julie to everyone, Inner Defense. I think that would be amazing.
Okay, so Jennifer gets you get the Thieves Cleaner. Okay, Julie, I just need your last name so that I can know do you know, or do you guys know?
I can get you.
Okay, sweet. Thank you for that. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. And of course, let us know if you have any questions or if you need any help with anything. We're here to support you all the time. And we will be doing this. I don't know if it'll always be the same people, but we'll for sure be doing this every month, at least one business call and one product call per month. And so we're just happy to be here with you guys. Thank you, Kate and Diane, so much.
Thank you. Have a good night, ladies.
Yeah.
Bye.
Good night.